live. I forgot to check my microphone settings, so hopefully this is working and you guys can hear me. I will check that while we're uh, getting set up here. So give me just a second while I check my sound settings because I forgot to do that because I have the actual mic plugged in, and the microphone is the Razer Siren. Let's go ahead and just kick that volume up just a little bit, and we should be in business. How we sounding, everybody? What's up, Dar? What's up, Craig? Good to see you. Hey, Jake from Las Vegas. Good to see you also. We sounding okay? Is it working out all right? I forgot to set up my sound settings before I went live. I am adamant about checking those, and I didn't. I didn't. So hopefully it's working good. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get into today, and yeah, see what we can talk about. So organized chaos, what's going on, man? Big Dave, how you doing? Thanks for the confirmation on the sound. I'm just sitting out here in Texas. Rat, lay it down. What's going on? I was supposed to pick up a load yesterday, and I got there. It was a drop and hook, and they said that's not going to be ready till Monday. So here we sit. Here we sit, trucking, right? That's how it goes sometimes. But it's kind of nice because I am getting a 34 out of it, which I wasn't expecting to get. But because I was doing what I was supposed to do, I'm going to make sure I get paid for that 34 also. We'll get us a little layover pay out of it. So yeah, beats being an owner operator or lease operator and a load falls through and you just sit all weekend wondering how the hell you're going to pay the bills. So I'm relieved with that. We'll see how it all works out for us, you know. So yeah, we're just hanging out here. Yeah, that's all we're doing. I played. What did I do? I put NCAA 14 college football on my laptop. I got a PS3 emulator and put it on there, and I've been playing the hell out of it. A lot of fun. Been having a really good time with it. So that's what I did yesterday after realizing I was not going to go anywhere. so so that's where we're at now. So what are you guys up to out there? What do you guys got going on? I got nothing. I got nothing. It's just boring sitting around at a pilot. Um, and the pilot's under construction, so the showers aren't really like finished. They are, but they aren't. You can use them, but don't expect all the features to be there. If that helps. Am I still live? Because it's like the chat just died on me. So am I? Is it still working? I'm not sure. It just died out on me. But as soon as we started, you guys are bringing the energy, bringing the energy today. So, anyways, let's see. Is it just me, or does anybody else get annoyed that you have to watch a fucking commercial before you can get in? Hey, baby, we got to get paid out here. We got to make a little bit of money. Now, what I do leave off is the mid-roll ads on the live streams. But yeah, you know, sorry, Will Burner. I appreciate the 2-3 cents I got from you watching that ad, though. I appreciate it. Shippers pissing me off because they keep telling me I've got the wrong pickup number. Oh, I hate that, Florida Jake. It's the most frustrating thing ever. You have the number in front of you. It's the only number you got. Um, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, I mean, can they use a little bit of common sense? Like, what destination? Where are you going with the load, right? How many loads do they have going to that place? Can you just load the shit? Like, what is the problem? And yeah, it sucks to be caught. Um, just phone me, asshole. I'll send you the 5 cents. Well, yes, but not everyone will, Wilburn. Not everyone's on the honor system like you. But yes, Florida Jake, that's super frustrating when you're trying to pick something up and you can't. You just can't do it. What's up, Stuart, the hobby trucker? How you doing? Good to see you. And Justin, good to see you also. No, we're just chilling, guys. We're just hanging out. Unexpected 34-hour reset. We weren't expecting, but I gotta be up at I gotta be up pretty early because I have to go back to Dallas and then pick up a preloaded trailer that's just going down to Waco. And our whole week got screwed up because we had a plan. I'm supposed to take time off next weekend, And we had a plan, but from Waco, they're having me so far. I'll talk to my real dispatcher tomorrow instead of the weekend, the after hours dispatcher. But they're having me go like 300 miles deadhead to get a load that's going to Denver by Friday. And I'm supposed to take time off Friday. And I know this is going to sound weird and I don't really feel like explaining it. I'm not taking time off at home. So for some reason, they've got me in Denver on the day that I'm supposed to be off. So I kind of need answers on that. I'm not taking home time at home. I know that's a weird thing for most people, but I have other things to do sometimes. So so I need to figure out what their plan is, why they're deadheading me 300 miles, which I don't care because I get paid for it. I don't give a shit. But to get me to Denver by the 12th, something got screwed up. Well, what got screwed up is the load I was supposed to get yesterday, Saturday, isn't going to be ready till Monday. So now they're scrambling to figure out what to do. So you keep telling them where you're going, but they keep telling me to give them the fucking number. Just yes, just pull the load up. Like, let's make this easier on all of us. If they have a load going to that place, there must be something. That one of the numbers you have, Florida Jake, is somewhere on that bill of lading, and they know that too, but they're too lazy to look the shit up. One of those numbers exists somewhere on that bill of lading. That's a fact. Probably. Probably a fact. I've been there, Florida Jake. I've been there, and it's super frustrating, man. You're just trying to, do your goddamn job. And no, I get it. I got you. What's up, Telly? Good to see you. Dar did not have to watch a commercial. What's up, Holy Hand? I always screw up your name. Holy Hand. What's good? What's good? What's good? I never asked that because I didn't mean to ask that. I meant to say what's going on, man. I'm not the what's good guy. That's just not really in my normal vocabulary. So, had issues all week with no pre-assignments from my day's dispatcher. Had to call nights and pissed off Friday night dispatcher because I woke him up. Well, he was supposed to be at work. What's he doing sleeping on the job? Sounds like a him problem. Sounds like a him problem. If he's the night dispatcher, well, he shouldn't be getting pissed off because you woke him up. That's his problem. Question: do you have any advice? I start CDL training tomorrow morning. I got to be honest with you. I never mean to be a dick when I answer like this. I'm not really the advice guy. Pay attention. Remember your pre-trip. You know, pay attention to what's being told you and that kind of stuff. I don't know. Don't go in there like you know everything already, So I don't know, man. I'm not really a good advice guy. If you know anything about my videos, I'm kind of a fuck up. So even if I gave advice, I probably wouldn't listen to it. I'd probably just not listen to it at all. So anyways, Tommy, good to see you. Greetings from Illinois. Good to see you. I've been up there quite a few times, tons of times, but yeah, it's been, I guess, the last time I was there when I was catching a greyhound, when I went and partied like a rock star with my friend up there, and that's been a few weeks now. Weeks now. Rob with only 2 likes. Rob, you had left a comment yesterday asking if there's a way to email me, and there is. I do have an email link to this channel, and I responded, Rob, with that email address. And I've sat here now for a day or two just waiting patiently for your email to come in. I go over there and check because my phone don't notify me when I get emails to that account. So I just sit here sad, patiently waiting for Rob's email to arrive. And it never comes. It never shows up. And I just have to be here with my emotions and I have to deal with that. So thanks a lot, Rob. I was waiting for the email from you. So good to see you anyways. My advice for CDL training is don't do CDL training. This job can suck so bad sometimes. Yeah, Nick, it definitely has its ups and downs, doesn't it? It definitely has its ups and downs, man. For me, I don't feel like this job sucks so bad, but I have had a lot of bad days out here. 10 years doing it, you're going to have some bad days, but overall, because I left trucking for a while to, join the corporate world, I needed my truck back. I needed it back. It wasn't working out for me anymore. You're going to be a trainer again? No, not at all. For a few reasons. It's too hard to train people. I don't know what the fuck it is about people just get their CDL and you're just trying to communicate with them. Maybe in their head it's a panic. They're like freaking out, but it's very hard to communicate with new guys, either because they're going to panic or because they already know everything. Um, that's one of the reasons I won't train again. I'm not like the in your face kind of guy, and sometimes you have to be as a trainer. I'm kind of a pushover, right? So I'm not a good trainer because I won't like jump all over someone's ass. And the other reason is I enjoy doing this. I enjoy making my videos, and I enjoy going live. And I've tried doing things like that while I was training, and it's like it doesn't really work. Not like okay, an old video. I had my first trainee. He was very good, Linwood. I would record some videos while he was in his last week of training and he was working and he had it all under control. Would record some videos then, but it really fucks up my lifestyle to train people. I have a whole lifestyle out here on the road, and it really fucks it up to be dragging around a trainee with me. So nope, I'll never be a trainer again. Not that I don't want to teach guys, but I kind of like just doing my own thing. Do not eat at the Iron Skillet in Jackson, Mississippi. The food will well. Don't eat at any Iron Skillet, like unless you want to shit yourself. It's not a unique to Jackson, Mississippi problem. I can promise you that. It's just trash, isn't it? It's just garbage food. He's been waiting over a week for me to let's see. He's been waiting over a week for me to call him back. Sorry, I'm not good at reading. Yes, Will Burner, I have. I called Will Burner because Will Burner put out a video where he was talking and whatever, and his wife called and she was venting about it's raining outside, and she was gonna like stomp people's asses out there driving their cars and pissing her off and all that. And at the end of Will Burner's video, he said, if anybody else wants to call me and complain, feel free to do so. And I felt like, hey, I'm not doing anything else, and complaining is one of the things I excel at. So I called him and I got to talk to Will Burner for a few minutes, and then he said he'd call me back. Guys, can you believe this? Boo Will Burner, because I have not heard back from him yet. Not yet. And I don't count that he let me on his live stream to hang out with him. That's not the same. That's not the same. I am waiting for my call back. And you thought I was lying, didn't you, Will Burner? I said I'm not moving the truck till you call me. And here I sit. So when I bitch about not making any money next week, this is all Will Burner's fault, everyone. So yeah, we should definitely go over to his channel and boo at him. Don't say anything mean, just boo at him. Boo Will Burner. So I wanted to say I've got two $25 cash apps for you to give away, but we got to get, well, see, I was going to do that, Rob, as this channel gets bigger. You guys actually kind of helped me out a lot. I'm sure you guys know that. I was really having a hard time in that lease. I was starting to go down with the ship, and then I was kind of just bitching about my day, and like some cash apps came in and some super chats came in and some super thanks came in when I mentioned it was my birthday. And there was all these things. So when the channel gets bigger, that might be a thing I look at, Rob, and everybody else here listening, of course. What do you think if we were like, hey, is there a trucker, like, tell us what's going on with you right now, and you're just having a tough time. Okay, cool. Like, yeah, your story sounds pretty shitty. Sounds like you're having a bad day. Throw your cash app up for us, and we just see like if maybe people send him $5-10, and next thing you know, he's got $100, and he goes out and he has him a nice meal or something to get his mind off things. We've got a very small channel though, so I don't know how well that would work at this point. As far as the live streams go, views have been fucking killing it. Can you guys believe that? Like, I can't believe how well. Some of these videos miss. They're not great videos, but I can't believe how well the views are doing on this channel. That's crazy. It's really cool. So thank you guys. Thank you. I've been really excited to watch the growth of the channel. You fill my life with jello is making truck sounds at us right now. Good to see you. Air Force pilot, hope all is well. Been out enjoying my new ride. What is your new ride, Air Force pilot? Is this another plane, or did you buy a car or a bike? Or tell us about this new ride, what you've been up to. You probably sent it to me, probably sent me something. I feel like you sent me a Snapchat. Sorry, guys that like send me snaps. I do watch them, but I don't always respond. So I feel like you sent me something, Air Force pilot. I don't know if it was about um, your new ride, though. I don't know. I had a crazy busy afternoon yesterday. Oh, okay, that's cool, Rob. Bad wheel burner. Exactly, exactly. The Jackson, Mississippi location had spoiled food when I was there. I got food poisoning so bad that I was laying in the fetal position in my sleeper. I don't mean to laugh, Florida Jake, but I had a similar situation. Actually, the day I talked to Wilburner last week, I think, dude, I was stopping the truck frequently, mad dashes to the bathroom all fucking day. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what did I do? And I had gotten a spicy chicken sandwich from the heated rack in a Pilot, and I opened it, and that thing looked like it was a week old. You know what I did? I still ate it. I did, and then the next day or the day after that, boy, I was hurting. I was hurting, baby. I was just, oh my god, uh, just just trashed. I was not vomiting, but I was having a rough time. I'll tell you that. Where is it dark? Where is it dark? Yeah. I don't think it is dark. I don't think it is dark. It's cloudy though. It's cloudy, so it's. But yeah, I got everything closed up. Um, I got everything closed up because I'm very white. I don't need sunlight touching me and giving me third-degree burns. So we don't need all that. Um, let's see. That's a great idea. Yeah, Rob. I don't know. We could try it today. You guys help me figure out how to present it. But since I figured, I've got a little bit of an audience, and since you guys were really helpful to me, maybe somebody else out there is having a rough time. Like maybe somebody uh, can't afford dinner tonight. Is somebody struggling out there? We'll throw your cash app up, but we can only do it for like one person because it's on the honor system too. Don't be scamming us, right? But maybe you're just having a tough time. We'll throw your cash app up there, and hey, maybe we get you a few bucks. Maybe we can get you a quarter pounder meal or something. But yeah, you guys were really helpful to me when I was kind of struggling, and I'm still like obviously having a rough time with the transition and everything. But we just crushed like 3,500 miles this last week. Um, but this week we're on now is probably going to suck. So far, I'm booked for like 1,800 miles. That's it by Friday, and but I will get layover for this. Plus they plus they had me do a yard check in one of their drop yards. They said, "Hey, can you go through real quick since you're there and you've got extra time and tell me what trailers are there and what's loaded and what's empty?" And so I sent them back a list of all the trailers in that yard, and they added $100 to my paycheck. So we had a good week, really killer week. Um, so let's see where we are because I got behind. You got time for a music suggestion? Let's write this one down. Straylight Run. Okay, I'll put it in my phone, Tilly. I can't promise I'll remember, but I'll put it in my phone. Let me find my memo pad here. And I'll title it Telly Music so I can remember. And you're saying Stray Light Run. Okay. I will try to remember to check that out. Stray Light Run. It is saved, Telly, on my phone. So we'll see. Anyways, Josh, just saw your video. They stole your money. Yeah, that's kind of. It was my own damn fault. Is that Helio? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Helio. But it was my own damn fault, honestly. Anytime you go work for a lease purchase company based in Chicago and you're thinking you're going to get your money back, that's your own stupidity at that point. And I deserved it, I guess. Like, it's not right. It's not right, obviously, but I guess I deserved it, right? I play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? So, uh, but leave loves alone, I will not. I actually make fun of loves in my next video also. so, uh, so that's going to cost me a subscriber or two. Stop making fun of Loves. So anyone earning 5 points per gallon on the Pilot app, I was consistently, Stanley. I'm not now because we use Loves, but I was doing it pretty consistently. Ratley it sound down says, I don't trust the food or workers handling it. Food prep for a week. Yeah, I hear you, Rat. It's kind of a rough life out there, isn't it? Rob, thank you for the 10 channel memberships. There you go. That's been really cool that you guys have been gifting those out to people. They're super cheap. It's $1.99 a month. $1.40 of it goes to me after YouTube takes their cut. Nothing happens. You just get a green name with a little star next to your name, and literally nothing happens. But it's very cool that we've got so many channel members, and you guys gift them out to people a lot. Probably because they're like super cheap. You spend $20, 10 people get a little star by their name, and we all feel better. We all get that little dopamine rush, and it feels good. You should start your OnlyFans back up and call it This Guy Fucks. I always used to make fun of that Florida Jake on my old channel. When people would always reference This Guy Fucks, I would say, okay, so you're saying you got the joke then? That's the point of my name, This Guy Trucks. But I won't give you too much shit, Florida Jake. But I would always laugh at people and say, are you telling me, sir, that you got the joke? Good for you. Good for you. So I still have the OnlyFans. There's just never has been anything on it. I have an OnlyFans account. Of course I do. So let's scroll on down. Kevin Scott doing good, bro. Good to see you, Kevin. Yeah. Rob handing out. I think that YouTube automatically picks who gets the memberships, but super cool you guys to buy them anyways. How does trucking work between border? That's probably a better question. I think Wilburner's in here, and there's probably other people that cross the border. I have never crossed the border, any one of them. So I don't know. I'm not really sure. They should rename Loves to Hates. Maybe they will by the time I'm done with them, huh, Florida Jake? So, maybe they will. For $1.99, you get your name in green, and you can phone and complain to Wilburner. Oh, I didn't realize that was part of the deal. Hold on, let me put your number. Let me type your phone number in here. For only $1.99, you get a green name with the star next by it and Wilburner's phone number. Awesome. He's going to be our therapist from now on. I was laughing so hard though, Wilburner, because we were talking on your stream, and there was that younger guy that had like an outstanding like $30,000 from the broker, right? And I didn't, when you put up the comments on StreamYard, it takes people's names off the screen. So I didn't know what the guy's name was. So I'm asking the guy a question. I'm like, wait a minute, what's your name? And then Wilburner's like, which one? And I said, the one with the beard. And I wasn't even thinking about it. And then I realized I'm sitting on a panel with all men that have beards except me. I just got this. I got these face pubes. And all three of them just stared at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? The one with the beard. That's literally every one of us. And I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, I need to use other features to describe the guy, I guess. So, no, you didn't, like you said, you just trust, but looking better with your mental health or mental. And yes, you said the name right. Yeah, I am doing better with that. That's a very real thing that people don't really talk about. But like the whole mental health struggle as an over-the-road trucker, I've always felt like was the hardest part of the job. And it's pretty easy for a guy like me to like slip back into like just spiral out of control for a while. So hey, we're holding it together for now. We're holding it together for now. Do you like Silicon Valley the show? I don't know it rebooted mine, but I do know the joke is from that. So that's where I took my name from years ago. So and when they change the name, rename Loves to Hates, they should change the 3 hearts in the logo to 3 middle fingers. Well, they might as well. They might as well just flip you off every time you walk in the door or every time you pull in there. You know, they're going to give you a coffin-sized shower with constantly changing water pressure, very dimly lit. You know, they don't give a shit about you. They might as well just flip you off when you walk in the door. Instead of shouting "Welcome to Loves" at you when you walk in the door, they should just yell "fuck you" and flip you off. And then at least you know where you stand with them at that point. Because I value honesty more than I value people lying to me, right? So Loves and welcome, and we're just happy you're here. Quit bullshitting me. You're not happy I'm here. as I was talking shit about Loves, 4 viewers dropped off. They're like, "We're out of here, dude. We can't take all this Loves hatred. We just can't take it." So, yeah. Hi, welcome to Hates. Fuck you. Yes, exactly. From a Hates employee. Exactly. This could be actually a pretty good. That would be a pretty good skit, I guess, Florida Jake, as sort of a funny like comedy routine. I think you could actually make something out of that, Florida. You're onto something. I'm not going to steal the joke. I think you're onto something, and if you found a way to do a skit of that, I think you'd really be looking at a potentially viral video. You've got a really, really, really good idea. Your heart's in the right place, Florida Jake. Not like Loves; they fucking hate you. They fucking hate you. But I think you're on the right track anyway. So, yeah, I don't. Every time the comments stop, I'm like, what do we talk about now? Oh fuck, I don't know. So. What I'm gonna do instead of using filler words, is I'm gonna take a hit off this. My vape. I'm out of vape juice. So I'm using this for now. I like it better than a Juul. It's I don't know how you say it, Voos or something like that. I like it a whole lot better than a Juul. You can get actually a pretty good hit off of it. See, you can actually get a pretty decent hit off these. But I go about through 2 of these cartridges per day with these things, and they're like $15 for 2 of them. But I'm having trouble finding a vape store that I can pull the truck into. So I'm stuck using this, but I like it. It's not bad. How do you like being accompanied now? I'm enjoying it, Fat Freddy. To be honest with you, I guess I forgot about all the like security things in place that are beneficial to company drivers. Like I said, I just did that yard check for my company. They paid me $100 for it, right? Just tell them what trailers are parked in that drop yard and if they're loaded or empty. That's all they asked me to do. It took me 10 minutes. They pay me $100 for it. And you're not going to get that in most cases, you're probably not going to get that as a lease operator or owner operator, but you might. I think my company would still do that for an owner operator. But when you start getting into like, detention time and layover pay and things like that, in the time I was doing lease purchase and owner operator, it was always, if the customer pays us, then we'll pay you for detention time and stuff like that. And detention time as a company driver is automatic. They did a really cool thing, actually. I got stuck in Denver because the fucking guy, the guy running the shipping in Denver, the place I was picking up, wasn't listening to what I was saying. He just saw my company truck because he was outside. Well, my company also has a local guy that runs in that area, and he comes into that business almost daily. He thought for some reason that I was the local guy, and he decided to not even listen to me about pickup numbers or where I was going or anything. It was like 7 a.m. He said, we're not even loading that till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, okay, well, I'll get my detention out of it, right? He was talking about a completely different load, because he wouldn't listen to what I was saying. And I was like, I don't know. He must know what he's doing. So I ended up sitting there all day, ran out my 14, had to creep across the parking lot so I didn't start my clock and park my truck. I talked to my dispatcher about detention time. I said, hey, we need to make sure I get detention on this. And she was kind of screwing with me, but she was like, no, I'm not getting you detention on this. And I said, why? What are you talking about? I did what I was supposed to do. She said, well, what we're going to do is look at your average miles per day, and we're going to pay you out the mileage. So, you get 500 miles a day. We're just going to add 500 miles to your check. Cool. 500 miles. If you average 500, let's say. I don't know what that comes out to, actually. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. I was just looking at my phone to, thank you. I appreciate that. I was looking at my phone to maybe do some math, and maybe let's see if she screwed me over or not. I have a base pay and then I have bonus pay, right? So anyways, Rob just sent me a $50 Cash App. So thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate that. Thank you. So anyways, I'll just go off my base pay. And okay, so they're going to pay me out. I'm not worried about the I'm not worried about the bonus pay and all that. I'm just going off my base pay. So for sitting there all day that day in Denver, they're going to pay me $270. Cool. Like, I'll take that. You don't get that as now owner operator. I'm not saying as a bad thing. I'm not saying we're better than you or anything like that. But you don't get that as an owner operator. So I made $270 to sit in my truck and play PlayStation all day, or whatever I was playing, because the PlayStation 5 works just fine, but I broke my TV. I was probably playing Cyberpunk or something. So there's benefits to both. There's benefits to both, but I'm right now enjoying the security. So let me get through some of these comments. Rename Flying J to Flying Jackass. We could probably do better with that name, I think, Florida. I think we could do a little bit better with that one. Thanks for the typo negative suggestion. It was a big discovery for me. That's awesome, Lenards. That's a really old band. That's got to be at least 20 years ago. I mean, the singer of the band's been dead for a long time. But yeah, that's cool though. I'm glad you're enjoying it. But Typo Negative is a very, very interesting band. Maybe get you some nicotine gum instead. Well, for me, Telly, it's the nicotine addiction, but it's also the act of inhaling a cloud that kind of helps me. So nicotine gum has never been helpful to me at all. I wish it was, but it's just not. The Just Bar disposables aren't bad. Not sure how sustainable pumping out disposable vapes are, though. Yeah, it's not the greatest, and I just need to find a vape store and get some actual vape juice again. But I ran out, and I just haven't had any luck. Haven't had any luck, you know. Making the reference to Jesus Christ, you're getting crucified. There you go. Let's see. As an owner operator, if you ask me to do a yard check, then you were absolutely 100. Yeah, exactly. So you're probably right, and maybe that was a bad example, Will Burner. You're if they ask you to do something like that, then they are paying you. I guess more what I was referencing, and I should have said it better. When it comes to detention time, for me, anyways, Will Burner, it was always like, yes, we'll pay your detention if we can get the customer to pay us for detention. And you know how those brokers can be sometimes, and they just straight up will not pay you detention. Sometimes that happens. So it was a bad example, Will Burner. You're absolutely right. So anyways, I was traveling a few years ago. Nature called while I was on the interstate. Went into a gas station coffee cup. A few miles down the road, I went to take a sip of my coffee, picked up the wrong cup. Yeah, Rob, at that point, you're almost a trucker, basically. We've all drank a little piss. We've all drank a little piss in our day. It's absolutely happened. Right? Am I right, Will Burner? We've all had a little sip of piss. So that's how it goes. And man, I took a big ass gulp. Yep. Good to see you also. I think that's Toakan. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but thank you. Appreciate it. Some of y'all got really complicated names. So where did you end up going to work? I never say. I'm not able to say, because when you make a YouTube channel, there's people that don't like your videos, so they're always like gunning for you for some reason. So I never say where I work these days. I got smarter than that. So what's up? Life starts now. I had a fucking lot lizard wake me up in Bullhead City, Arizona. Well, I'll be damned. I am going to ask for a load to Bullhead City, Arizona with that information. I've never seen a lot lizard. She wants to see the inside of your truck because she really likes trucks. Yeah, you should have showed her the ceiling. Life starts now. Should have showed her what the ceiling looks like. Come on. Life starts now. You ain't heard nothing till you've listened to the Turds of Misery. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, maybe I haven't heard nothing then. Josh, you should do another Had to Kick a Trainee Off the Truck. Yeah, I'm not going to retell any of the old stories. I'm going to hope that my new videos can kind of stand on their own merits. I'm not really sure. We've been doing good. We've been building up pretty good. But yeah, I don't have any intention of going back and telling the old stories, unfortunately. But I was thinking about something, another oil field story that I don't think I ever told on the old channel. And I was trying to remember that, but it was really funny and it might be worth telling. I'm not really sure. So Jason Bateman secretly runs Loves. Oh my God. No wonder I hate that fucking place. I can't stand Jason Bateman. Now I'm going to vape extra hard while I be pissed that Jason Bateman still exists. God damn it. So many truckers vape. Good to see you, by the way, Lady Boomer, that I'm surprised they don't carry juice at more truck stops. I know, Lady Boomer. It's super weird. It's very bizarre that they don't carry it. I mean, I was in a fucking uh, Lady Boomer. I'm trying to pay attention. I'm trying to focus here. I was in a truck stop. What's that word? Truck stop. And they had a whole rack full of THC products. I'm not kidding. A whole locked glass cabinet full of THC products in a fucking truck stop. I don't care. I don't give a shit. But I'm like, so I saw all that and I walked up there and I'm like, you guys have vape juice, right? And he's like, no. I was like, what the hell? Like, you're carrying all the THC products and you don't have vape juice? That's fucking wacky at that point. That doesn't even make sense. Um, like, you're on your own with that one. You've never taken a sip of piss, Will Burner. Come on now. Life starts now. You have. I know you have. You kind of strike me as the guy that might do it for fun. Life starts now. I'm just kidding. But maybe you've had a little drink of piss. I'm not sure. Name shitty company, haters versus shitty company. Right? Yeah, I could just do that. I'm driving and an asshole on a bike cut me off. We'll take him out. I mean, just run him over. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're gonna let a guy on a bike push you around? You're bigger than he is. Come on now, grow up, Houdini. And why don't you have a membership? What the hell is going on? Houdini, of all people, doesn't have a membership. Something's fucking wrong here. Something's wrong. So the female truck story was the best one I've ever heard. It was a interesting story, I guess, Telly. I don't know. I mean, it was a good story, but after a while, I don't know if it was like getting older or what, but reflecting on that story, maybe I should have never told it. Because like her family actually had to go through that, her dying, right? And then I'm on the internet telling the story. I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. And it was monetized. So it got a lot of views. So I don't know. I probably made a few thousand off of that video, so I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I'm not really sure. The oil field stories were great. Congrats on 2K. Yeah, thank you, Stephen. We just passed 2,000, I think a couple days ago, but it was super funny because I was sitting in Denver at like 1,998 subscribers, and it just sat there like for well over 24 hours. I'm like, really? Like, I can't get 2 more subscribers? Come on. But then we got it. And then last I looked, we were at 2,040, which may still be the case because I looked right before I went live. But thank you. No, I appreciate you guys subscribing. I think it's super cool. I'm glad that these videos are doing well and that people's watching them, because I'm less of a like storyteller these days, because I used to work around a lot of people, right? And I had stories from that stuff, and I used to go to a lot of orientations. I mean, I still do, but I also used to. And orientations used to be a lot bigger, so you'd get a lot of stories out of that. And I used to like leave my truck and hang out at like truck stops that had like restaurants or bars inside of them and get a lot of stories. And I kind of just like live very isolated now, if that makes sense. I only leave the truck if I have to, or if I'm really hungry, or something like that. And normally I'll walk across the street somewhere to go eat, or something like that, instead of like going into the truck stop. So I really don't have stories these days. It's just more of a vlog. It's just more of a daily vlog. So it's kind of cool. The point I'm trying to make is it's more of a daily vlog now, and I wasn't sure how that was going to do. And it looks like it's doing well. Before the old channel blew up, because the old channel I had for fucking years. And I mean, a good video would get like 300 views, right? That was a good video. And then, average video would do about 100 views. This is the old channel I'm talking about, way back before it like had that viral video, the trainee. And then that just blew up. But now we're doing 2,000 to 8,000 views per video, depending on which video we look at. This channel has way more traction than the old one had. Even towards the end of the old one, I was probably doing like 3,000 to 7,000 views per video. So we're like in that same range almost with the new channel. That's fucking cool. That's awesome. I'm glad these videos are holding up and you guys are enjoying them, is the point I'm trying to make. I didn't know how it was going to do, but we're doing okay. I'm still getting some good like daily stories out of it sometimes. So yeah, that's let's see. So Life Starts Now says you are actually 100% correct. When I teamed, I drove for the first 3 months here at my current company. I drank my teammates' piss. Now the big question, Life Starts Now, did you do that accidentally or on purpose? Because I mean, I know you, Life Starts Now, outside of this, and you're a lot like me. You'll do some freaky shit. So it might have been on purpose. You know, like it might have been a little dare, a little game of truth or dare in the sleeper. I don't know. I have no idea. But if you did it on accident, then that sucks. Can't you stock up on those vape juices? I can, Leonard, but I'm not made of money these days. So you know, week to week, I only have a limited amount I can spend. On stuff like that, because I used to, seriously, I'd have like 6 bottles of vape juice in my truck at all times. I used to never run out, but now it's like, okay, when am I going to get paid again, versus where will there be a vape store where I could go buy vape juice? And so it's kind of, sometimes I lose and I use this instead, but this isn't bad. It's not bad. You ever run to Louisiana? I do. Yeah, I'm supposed to be going there next week to pick up a load going to Denver. I don't know if that's going to change, but I go to Louisiana quite a bit, especially with this company. They run around in Louisiana quite often. And yes, the Volvo is blue. It's a blue Volvo. So I had a whole bunch of Costco green tea bottles. He had to pee really bad when he was sleeping. He peed in one of my old green tea bottles and still had the label on it. Yeah, yeah. And if he was really hydrated, then like piss and green tea kind of can look similar, you know. Oh fuck, I'm smashing buttons. I almost blocked Life Starts Now on accident. Sorry, almost got you. So, anyways, you're gonna get a little piss with however you say that word, but you're right. You're right. Organized chaos. We've all tasted a little piss, one way or another. Is YouTube money pre-taxed? Yes, it's pre-taxed. It's you're independent, so yeah, you definitely want to watch out for that. Do you still talk to the original trainee? Nope, we lost touch years ago. I've been sitting at 7,889 for 5 days now. For God's sakes, I need 11. That's the most interesting spelling of 11 I've ever seen in my life. But we get the point. You need 11 more to hit 7,900. Yeah, man. Hey, just bang out some videos. You'll get there. Arrested Development was hilarious. Why the Bateman hate? Because that fucking movie where I always forget the damn name of it, where his name was Chip and he was in a wheelchair. Does anybody remember that? Somebody tell me the name of that movie. He was a fucking prick. Cold hamburgers on white toast, dried bread. That's almost as bad as piss. Rig pig, almost as bad. That is even worse. Away she goes. Mouthwash immediately. Can't wait for Will Burner to hit 7890 so I can unsub. Yeah, we could screw with Will Burner. As a matter of fact, I'm going to unsub right now, and I'll sub back later. No, I'm just kidding. But we could screw with Will Burner. Like maybe he's getting right up there to 8,000, and we all just like unsubscribe for a day. Just like he needs like 5 more to get to 8,000, and like maybe just 20 of us just unsubscribe for the day, just to like fuck with him a little bit. You know, just a little bit. We'll be back, Will Burner, but we'll mess with you a little bit, anyways. My teammate actually said that now that I drank his piss, my wife was going to end up pregnant. So yeah, he's got that magic piss, huh? Yeah, I've never heard that one before, but yeah, that's amazing. Problem with previous channel was that a lot of people expected more angry and ridiculous rants. Yeah, and I'm getting older, Lenards. I'm getting older, man. I don't have it in me to scream and shout at the camera anymore. Like that took a lot of energy. You'd be surprised, you know. Like even like doing these live streams, it's like it gets it will wear you out very quickly, right? Like you think about like a musician gets on stage and they do like an hour-long set and they're like, oh, I'm exhausted. And the rest of us normal people were like, oh, poor baby, you worked an hour today. Oh, it must be rough being you. But to get on the camera for like 20, 30 minutes straight and just lose your mind is very exhausting. And I'm not as angry as I used to be. Like, I used to be a very angry person. I still, don't worry, I still got it in me. I still get mad about things. But I just don't have that kind of approach to a lot of things anymore, if that makes sense. And that, unfortunately, yeah, Lenards, because people did expect me to do that every video. They wanted to see what I was pissed off about next, and like what like crazy shit was going to come out of my mouth. And it's like, we all get older, right? And maybe I've chilled out a little bit, and that does spill over into this channel. Not that it's like a huge problem or anything, but people will be like, "Hey, dude, can you tell us more stories? You're a really good storyteller, and we want more stories." And I'm like, I feel like sometimes I am telling you a story. I'm just showing you my day, but I am telling you a story. Like the 24 hours on a Greyhound, that was a story, wasn't it? Or am I misunderstanding? Because it felt to me like that was. But yeah, I don't always have a story to tell. It's just me and my um, my crazy head sitting here making videos. Um, yeah, it worked. Life starts now. Yeah, that must have been a manly man you were riding with. It must have worked out. I'll come subscribe, Will Burner. Should Rob? Should we do what we were talking about earlier with the? I'll let you decide, Rob. There's like I'm seeing 66 people here. I don't know if it's worth doing right now, or if we should like maybe do it like at a time when we're like 200 viewers in here or something like that. We could try, but maybe now's not the time. Maybe now's not the time. Maybe we should. You know what? Let's just leave it alone, Rob, and we'll communicate through that email you promised to send me about that, and then we'll kind of figure out how to do it instead of doing it here on the live stream and trying to figure it out. You know, um, the subs are constantly up and down. Yeah, that happens. That happens. Josh, sometimes it's painful being your friend. I know, Will Burner. I don't have a lot of friends, believe it or not. I know. I'm sure I actually heard all of you gasp through the live stream when I said that. I don't actually have a lot of friends because I'm annoying as shit. And I feel like I'm joking with people, and like I guess a lot of times I just go too far and like say things that are like mean spirited, I guess, and I don't mean to. But yes, Will Burner, you're right. I don't have a lot of friends because I'm kind of an asshole sometimes, and I also I'm really bad at well, I'm not as bad as Will Burner, but I'm really bad at like reaching out to people, like calling or texting and things like that. I just kind of get lost in my own world. So, anyways, so yeah, Rob's gonna go subscribe to Will Burner. Make sure you unsubscribe though before he hits a milestone, just to fuck with him. We'll be back. We'll be back, but just to fuck with him a little bit. Grim Collective did a great video on Peter Steele's gravesite. I am familiar with that channel a little bit, Relic Man. I think I saw a video of his. If we're thinking of the same person, he did a tour of Kurt Cobain's house, Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love's house, and I saw that video. If we're thinking of the same person, I think I've seen that. If I get 25 more subscribers, T-Bone said he would shave his head and send Dar some chickens. And I think Dar deserves those chickens. Sure, why not? Why not? Let's see. You went. Oh no, I disagree, Telly. I disagree. The problem with Peter Steele is that he faked his death once, and when he really died, it took a while for his fans to believe it. I did not know that, Lady Boomer. That's an interesting fact. I did not know that, but that is kind of funny. He faked his death, and then people freaked out, and then when he really died, no one believed it. That's awesome. That's hilarious. I love it. The less volatile and more stoic, is that how you say that word, stoic? I've never been sure on that one. You become the better your life gets in general. That's been my experience, at least. Well, I mean, I won't deny that I still have my moments. You know, I still do get frustrated, but there is a video I want to do. I believe that the whole kind of culture of trucking has actually shifted quite a bit, because it used to be a very frustrating thing, you know, and I believe that it's shifted quite a bit now. And a lot of things I was frustrated with before just really don't seem like an issue. But that could be because I spend all my time in my truck by myself. I don't like, I don't really experience the outside world anymore like I used to. You should do a truck tour with the table setup you have in the truck. Well, I would, but truck tours are boring. I mean, I appreciate that you are interested in it, but they're kind of boring, and I probably won't do that. But it is a cool table setup. I like it a lot. It makes sitting here playing games much nicer. Um, I wasn't trying to be a dick. No, Telly, you're not the dick in that situation. You're fine. But no, I read it right. I just didn't want to entertain it, if I'm being honest with you. Where were we? Um, let's see. Uh, I think that's why I like you, because you're an asshole. Well, I'm a nice person, Dar. Like, I mean, I'm not on here like trying to ruin lives or anything, or like fuck with people's like personal life. But like when you see something wrong, you should speak up, right? Instead of falling in line and doing what you're told and all that stuff. So when I see something wrong, like, hey, this isn't okay, then I'll speak up on that. But like as far as my own content goes, like, I get text messages all the time, Dar. Like, you wouldn't believe it, or comments or whatever. People tell me you shouldn't have made that joke. That was inappropriate. You shouldn't have said that. And I'm like, I don't know. At this point, you're the shithead that clicked onto this guy Truck's video and then was shocked at what you heard. Like, at this point, it's a you problem, right? Like, I mean, I don't feel like I'm off the rails, like going completely crazy, but I mean, just in the last 2 weeks, I've had a few, texts from friends telling me I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said that, or whatever. It's crazy. Um, let's see. All right, this guy's just here to kind of be a pain in the ass, and I'm not a fan of pains in the asses. So get the hell out of here. We don't appreciate all that. Let's see. I think it's funny when those not so clever folks try to trick you into revealing where you work. Yeah, Rig Pig. I guess I do notice that sometimes. Uh, what color's your truck? Not a big deal. I don't mind answering that. There's plenty of blue Volvos out there, plenty of them. But as far as like, I'm not sure what you're pointing out specifically, Rig Pig, but yes, it does happen. People try to like, hey, dude, like, how about make a video showing us the outside of your truck? I think that'd be really cool. Yes, that would be really cool, wouldn't it? That's kind of I have to pay attention now, um, because this company, on a lot of their trailers, they have the logo like huge on the back of it. So if I show you guys like where I turn the camera angle when I'm backing, sometimes I have to not do that with certain trailers, so it's not showing there. Anyways, yeah. Once again, Telly, I wasn't trying to. I don't think you were being a dick. It's just I got no. I don't have the brain capacity anymore for that like specific person or the patients or anything like that. So I don't think you were being a dick. Just to be clear. Um, Peter Steele, are we talking about the Typo Negative singer that had his massive dong out and a Playgirl magazine? Allegedly, not that I would have had to look at it. And Lady Boomer says yes, and I looked. So he was a big guy. I never saw the picture myself, but he was a big guy. So it stands to reason that that he was a big guy. I thought I saw. I think I missed saying hi to someone. I'm sorry. Let me scroll back up. Wasn't Randall here somewhere? I thought I saw fucking Randall. Did he take off? There's Randall. Sorry, Randall. I forgot to say hi to you. My fault. I saw you waving and I meant to say hello. If anybody else I skipped to, sorry about that. Let's see. He did a video of Kurt's abandoned house in Hollywood Hills. Yeah, that was a cool video. That was a cool video. I never subscribed to that guy or anything, Relic Man, but I did see that video come up one day as a suggestion, and I watched that. So yeah, I'm familiar with the guy, if that helps. Why did you choose the company you drive for now over the others? Mainly Fat Freddy. Something really cool stood out to me, and I don't know if you if you watched the video where I talked about looking for jobs, but I worked for them years ago. It's been a while, and they saw my employment confirmation or whatever they call it come across their desk. The owner of the company did. He saw that I was looking for a job, and he called me, and he's like, it was super funny because he's like, Josh, like, why don't you just get your shit together and come home? Like, just acknowledge that this is your home, and come home, and we'll put you in a truck. And to me, that really stood out, Fat Freddy. And I mean, their pay's fair. It's comparable to anyone else out there doing dry van freight. But to me, that mattered. You're from years ago. You're going to call me, and you're going to say, "Hey, we've got a spot for you. Come back." I think that's super cool. And they are aware of my YouTube channel. That's the next question he asked me after he asked if I was going to apply. He asked, "Hey, you still doing the YouTube videos? You were doing really good with it." And I said, "Yeah, I am still doing them." And that's hugely beneficial to me because there's shitty people out there that, in the event that somebody finds out where I work, you can bet there will be calls. That's the way this works, unfortunately, with a bunch of made up bullshit. Well, when those calls come through and then I get a phone call asking what the hell's going on, I could be like, yeah, remember the YouTube channel we talked about? There's shitty people out there. So those two things, the phone call asking me to come home and their awareness of my YouTube channel, was really a big deal. Really, really a big deal. So if that helps, Fat Freddy. Sydney, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. I do understand it could backfire. Yeah, I hope I answered that, Fat Freddy. I saw a couple videos that a couple truckers did teaching how to change gears to drive an 18-wheeler, and they got millions of views. Yes, and that can happen, Relic Man. That's the interesting thing about that is videos like that do have the potential to go viral. I think you'd be hard pressed to do it now. Like if you were to put out the same video and try to compete with that video, you might do okay. You might do okay, but because they're so much higher in the algorithm, you probably won't get any views. But yes, you can. There are videos like that that can do well for sure. I don't really have to worry about showing my company name. The ownership is subscribed and follow the channel. So they already know what's happening before somebody can phone in and complain. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's unfortunate that it's like that, though, right? We're all just truck drivers minding our business. You're not. The big thing that like people want to say about me is that like I'm a danger. I'm a danger to the people on the road. You don't last 10 years in this business if you're dangerous to the people on the road. That doesn't even fucking make sense. You'd have your CDL pulled a long time ago if you're a danger to people out there. Yeah, it sucks that that's a reality of what happens out here is somebody don't like your video, so they get in their feelings about it, and then they call your company and make up shit about you. It's crazy. It's just nuts. But no, I think that's an important point, Wilburner, is that your company, if you're going to do YouTube, your company should know because you should have a conversation with them. This is a thing that could happen. Maybe this is bad advice, but even for the smaller guys out there, like small channels, if you're doing good videos, you have no idea your channel could blow up overnight. I've done it. I've seen it happen. So you'd want to like at least make sure maybe someone's aware that there's a reality that comes with this, and that's a big reason that I picked this company, because they already knew about it. So that's a big deal. Oh, yeah, Rob is saying the first live stream I ever watched, I said something kind of sideways to Josh. So that was actually, it's kind of a funny story because that was when I sold the Freightliner. The Freightliner was the first truck I bought. Only ran it for a few months, right? And I was fucking killing it at the time. I mean, the market was hot. We were making good money driving the truck, $10,000 weeks. You know, we were making good money. Fuel wasn't that expensive. YouTube was making good money. And honestly, I could afford to take some time off at the time. I'd never taken time off in my life. So I was like, shit, I can afford this. And I went and I sold the truck. And I went home and I had no concerns with money for like 6 months. Can you guys imagine that? Like 6 months, you don't have to worry about money at all. And so I'm doing my live streams where I was playing video games. And Rob, for some reason, showed up in there. Like, I don't know what his deal was because I didn't know Rob at the time. And he's like, just talking shit to me. He's like, dude, why don't you get a fucking real job? And I don't remember exactly what my response was, but at the time, uh, my old YouTube channel was doing at least $5 grand a month, right? So I'm like, Rob, I'm at my fucking job. Like, what are you talking about? Why don't I get it? I'm literally doing my job right now, while you're berating me for doing my job, you know. And I don't remember exactly what we were doing, but that was when I was home. Um, and if I'm being honest, well, everybody knows I was home. I had nothing to do, play video games and drink beer all day, and I was probably 6, 8 beers into it when Rob started this shit with me. And I'm like, yeah, let's light him up for a little while. Now, it didn't do my channel any favors to act like that, but we can look back on it fondly now, can't we, Rob? So, what is your opinion regarding the Anheuser-Busch boycott? Well, this is always like shaky ground. When you talk about things like this, it always causes people to lose their minds. It always costs you subscribers. It's always a huge thing, unfortunately. But I just don't care. That's my opinion on it. This whole I don't care about the whole transgender thing. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel, right? And who am I to tell you how you feel? If you feel pretty in a dress, rock that dress, right? Because looking good is a huge percentage of feeling good, right? So I don't care about, and I don't care if they're sponsoring a transgender content creator. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. So if a bunch of people don't want to buy shitty beer anymore, it shouldn't have taken that for people to stop buying that shitty beer, is what I'm trying to say. I've been making the joke maybe too often lately, but instead of us being offended about who they chose to use as a spokesperson or whatever, we should be offended that they have been trying to convince us for years that that's fucking beer. It's garbage. It's trash. So I'm a live and let live guy. You know, I'm a live and let live guy. I do not have any issue with how people want to live their own lives. A lot of people say, um, that people can do whatever they want as long as it's not affecting my life. Like, really, what's it take for it to affect your life? That sounds like is it them doing a beer sponsorship? Is your life affected by that? I'm not sure that it is. Um, I mean, if I got tackled in a truck stop parking lot and a bunch of transgender people stripped me naked and forced me to wear a dress and confess to the world that I'm now a woman or something, then that would be affecting my life, wouldn't it? But that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. So I don't know. If you're that mad about it though, then don't buy it. It's up to you. Like, it's really that easy. You don't like it, then you don't buy the shit. I think it's shit beer, so I don't buy it. So algorithms are a strange science. I had a video I did from 2017 on an abandoned train in the mountains. That sounds like a really cool video, actually, Relic Man. That sounds really cool. And it went viral and now gets maybe 100 views a day. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, isn't it? So, yeah, no, that sounds like a really interesting video, though. Do I literally mean overnight, Rig Pig? Yeah, just about, dude. So I could walk through it real quick. Most people know the story, but I had the old video about the trainee I kicked off the truck. That video was like 2 years old, I think, with less than 1,000 views. I woke up one morning, Rig Pig, and that channel was very small at the time, and that video had 12 comments on it. 12 comments on a channel that was that small on a 2-year-old video. I was like, what the fuck? That's a lot of comments. That's a ton of comments. And I gained 80 subscribers that day, right? And I'm like, that is a lot of fucking subscribers in one day. Holy shit, what is going on? And then next thing I know, this video, like, before I went to bed the next morning, had cleared like 30,000 views. And I don't know like the subscriber count, but I've gained maybe 1,000 subscribers by that point. And within the month, the video had went probably over 1 million views, probably within 2 weeks. And my channel went from like just at 3,000 subscribers to 30,000 subscribers. And it happened very, very quickly. It was nuts. And you never know, guys, if you're making consistent content, you never know if you're just going to wake up to something just going the fuck crazy on you. You just never know. Yeah, Rob, the trainee video, for some reason, I woke up one day and it was pushing it out to the world. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Dude, my mind was blown. And you guys know me, I'm a fucking ball of anxiety, right? So when that for quite a while, and I was like, motherfucker, man. And a lot of hate. It was super surprising because the people like didn't know the backstory of that channel, so they thought I was just like some shithead with a big channel, right? And like, so I get like all this hate in the comments about what a piece of shit I was for kicking that guy out of my truck, and like, if you ever tried to kick me out of the truck, I'd beat the shit out of you, and all these crazy fucking things. And a week before that, I had this very small channel that nobody watched, right? And I don't want to say nobody, of course I enjoyed the viewers I had, but to go from like unknown to within a week, just hundreds of thousands of people per day watching you, dude, it scared the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell do I do with this? And yeah, like I went from like 100 people that watched the videos that were very supportive to people literally threatening to murder me like within a week's time. I'm like, what did I do? Jesus Christ. And like, YouTubers don't live in gated communities, guys. Like, we're just normal people unless you've got a massive YouTube channel. So like, getting doxxed for the first time scared the fuck out of me. I was like, oh my God, like there's people actually like putting out my address on the internet. Holy shit. Like I often blame myself for my mental breakdown of my last channel, but people were fucking awful the way people acted. It was crazy. It was crazy. And for it to happen that fast, weird. Sorry, I got a little behind, guys. I am reading as I go. Thank you, Lenards. I'm trying to get older. I do like Bud Light Lime. The Bud Light Lime isn't bad. It isn't bad. It's kind of tasty. Of course, it doesn't happen. He put on the dress willingly and parades around the truck stop. That's my other channel, Will Burner. That's my other channel. If you're drinking light beer, you're halfway gay anyways. See, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I do acknowledge, actually, that's two different people. I don't know that there's a masculine and feminine beer. I don't get caught up in like, oh, that's a gay beer. Like a gay beer. What's a gay beer? What the hell? That's like, I mean, how much are you struggling with your own masculinity if like you refer to like food and drinks as like homosexual? That sounds weird to me. Like, I like, I guess I don't have any like ideas of like what you would consider a girly drink, right? But you know, I've been out with my wife and my girlfriend, and they'll order things, and like, uh, they'll be like, "Here, have a sip of it," and I'm like, "That's pretty tasty. There's nothing wrong with that. Is that considered a girly drink? Because that tastes good. That tastes really good." So I don't struggle with the whole, is this beer gay? Guys, help me. Guys, help me. Would I be gay if I drank this beer? I don't give a fuck. Do I want a beer? Then we're in the right spot. Do I want a little fruity drink that tastes good? Fuck yeah, I do. Hell yeah. I don't struggle with that, man. It doesn't bother me. So I get that you're making a joke, man, on the road. Unless you get hostile over that, then that's a you problem. But I don't get caught up in the how homosexual is my drink. That's weird, man. Well, that's a fair point. Life starts now. If Dylan Mulvaney's average age of subscribers is 15, then yes, we should be mad that Bud Light is advertising to 15-year-olds. I'm only taking your word for it. I don't know that to be fact. But yes, that would be a problem. That would be a problem, of course. So I agree with that. Life starts now. That obviously would be problematic. Live and let live. Absolutely. I agree living that life, but that working in front of little kids when you go messing around with little kids. Well, we're not talking about that, man, on the road. If you're talking about like pedophilia and shit like that, obviously we're against that. If somebody goes on here, types in here, I'm I'm all for pedophilia, then I'll just block them because in general this community is against that. So I thought we were talking about like drinks being gay or something. I don't know how we made the leap to touching kids. I don't know how you got there, sir. I don't want to know how you got there. But no, that's I don't know. I just don't know. I can't make that leap. I'm not sure how we got there. So it's exciting feeling when a video uh, does well. Hell, I get excited when a couple. No, I enjoy how this new channel's going, Relic Man. I think this is a more sustainable growth now. Everybody's coming in at a much slower pace. They're deciding if they like the channel, and blowing up on a viral video almost always ends the same way. Eventually in disappointment. Eventually in disappointment. So because then the channel eventually comes back down. But what we're doing here now, this nice sustainable growth, I'll take it. Did my video freeze? I hope it's bad. I hope it's back. I mean, not I hope it's bad. I had one hit a couple months ago. Did you, T-Bone? I must have missed that one. That's awesome, though. That trainee story was epic. Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Did your video? Oops, let me scroll back up. I've seen both Kurt Cobain's houses in Seattle. One is in Aberdeen, and the other is in Seattle. Yeah, I'm sure it's got a big ass gate, right? Any new super trucker stories? Nope. I'm so isolated out here. I hardly leave the truck, so I don't have any. Or I became the super trucker. That could be it too. I became the super trucker. And did your video die down after a while? It did, Relic Man. It sure did. It sure did. Let's see. I came across a Reddit read that was about a guy that had brain damage and wanted to disable the engine brake on it. I feel like I've read something similar to that, Organized Chaos, for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I found Josh by him doing a review on GP Transco before he worked for them because my husband was going to work there. Okay, yeah, that one did okay too. Because GP was sort of like, kind of in the like, who the fuck are they phase at that point. Like nobody really knew who they were specifically. So yeah, a lot of things that video did well too. It's not that it's a girl drink, it's the company. I'm not sure what you mean, because the point I was responding to was that somebody said it was a girl drink or a gay drink, I think is what they said. So that's the point I was responding to. I don't know how to help you guys. If you don't like Bud Light, and if you're boycotting them, by all means, feel free to do that. You'll be hard pressed to get a really good argument out of me, because what I find as I get older, the less I give a fuck, the less I have to get in the middle of what I view as petty arguments. Um, that's just the way I see it. So yeah, you'll be hard pressed to get me to pick a side on that, because I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit. So it's more or less that these companies throwing this stuff on people. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I've never felt that way myself. I've never watched an advertisement for a product and felt like somebody's lifestyle was being forced on me. It's just me. Maybe my head works weird, if I'm being honest with you guys. I only eat hot dogs. Let me find that again. From the side, otherwise it would be gay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you checked out Cocaine Bear yet? No, I have not. Blue moons were gay. Blue moons are delicious. Yeah, I hear that a lot too, because everybody knows that I love my blue moons, and they're like, that's a gay drink. Well, fuck, it's a deliciously gay drink then. I don't know what to tell you. So, I don't know what to tell you. I enjoy them. As I told you on the phone the other day, buddy, I love what you're doing with the channel. Thank you, Will Burner. You said a lot of nice things, Will Burner, and I know it ruins your tough image if I were to say all the sweet things you said to me. But no, thank you, Will Burner. I appreciate it. No, I will not take any new trainees. I will never be a trainer again. Let's say maybe, but most likely. I don't see any realm where I would be a trainer again. I just don't see it. Thank you, Relic Man, for the $2. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I thought I read something that I didn't read. I was like, what the fuck is that? But that's not what happened. Dave, good to see you. Good to see you. They're not super truckers, Josh. They're steering wheel holders because they don't care. Don't give them the ego boost by calling them super. Well, So I don't know, organized chaos. It could be a me problem, you know. It could be a me problem. Maybe I'm the super trucker now because I don't notice all the bullshit anymore. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. Why you got the small vape today? I ran out of vape juice, so I got this little guy. Trucking with MC, good to see you. That Reddit story was from the point of view of a guy running teams with the guy with brain damage and how the guy kept getting them lost because he had short term memory. This sounds made up, organized chaos. Are you serious? Are you serious? Like, this sounds like a fucking movie featuring Jason Bateman. Holy shit. Um, that sounds made up, dude. That sounds horrifying. Hat's still looking good. It's starting to get some like little you can see them here, some sweat stains in it. So and I got some grease on it. My fifth wheel pins I discovered don't re-engage by themselves. Something's fucked up. So I had to slide the fifth wheel because I pulled my first heavy load here, 44,000 pounds. And so I had to adjust the fifth wheel. It took me like an hour of fighting with that fucking thing. And I'm trying to reach between the trailer and the frame of the truck and smack it back into place because on the front of the fifth wheel it's got the mechanism that controls the pins and it's not re-engaging them. So if you hit it with a hammer, you can re-engage them manually, right? So but I needed it. I kept missing the hole I needed it in, but because I couldn't get them to lock in automatically, I couldn't, and it took me for fucking ever. And so I finally unhooked the trailer and smacked the hammer. I mean, smacked the fifth wheel with a hammer, with just a normal hammer to back the fifth wheel up an entire hole. It took me for fucking ever, is the point. And I got grease on my hat. I have pants that are covered in grease from that and I was just sweating my balls off out there, just smacking this fucking fifth wheel around. So that's how the grease ended up here. Is the point of that story, and I don't even think I told that story in a video. I blocked it out of my memory as quickly as I could remember, or as quickly as I could. Um, but anyways, new trainee would be good for OnlyFans. I'm not sure about that. I'm not a complete stranger in the trucking community. My brother owns a successful trucking company in Texas. Oh, maybe I work for your brother now, Rob. I don't know. I think we're bigger than 12 trucks, though. But yeah, maybe your brother owns the company I work at. We'll never know. You ever have a blue moon with an orange slice in it? What was I born yesterday? Life starts now. Like what? Of course I have. But I asked for a blue moon in Nevada once, and the bartender, she was like, "Hey, I want to hit it with a splash of orange juice. Tell me what you think." She's like, "I tried it and I liked it," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, go ahead." So she hit my blue moon with a splash of orange juice. It was good. It was good, man. Not bad at all. And that's the last time I ever had one like that. So maybe I should order them that way more. Cordova, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Um, I was watching your short stream. Um, maybe I'll text you. I don't know if I care that much because you were asking what. Maybe you got the story already. Who cares? But you're like, what happened with this guy trucks? It wasn't like a huge deal, but you know me. Sometimes I stir up a little shit. I guess. Sometimes I stir up a little shit. But good to see you. Nonetheless. Are you running dry van? I am. Yeah, they have reefers, but they don't have like specific divisions. Like if they've got a reefer trailer that needs to go somewhere and you're around, you might get a reefer load. So they have some, but for the most part, it's dry van. Um, yeah, how does a guy with short-term memory problem? That story he's telling us sounds crazy, doesn't it? It sounds crazy. Organized chaos has taken us for a fucking ride right now. Either like, and what I mean by that is I don't mean he's lying to us. That's not what I mean to say. But it's like quite a like the even thinking about that story has given me anxiety. It's crazy. so so want to dream team drive together so we can drink each other's piss accidentally. You almost had me. You almost had me. That was almost enough to convince me. No, I would never team drive though. I would never team drive. Even my dad asked me if I wanted to team drive once, my own dad, and I was like, no, nope, because like, sure, like maybe it's cool, but like for me, I like to do stuff, and in a truck that's always moving, how do you get out and do stuff? you know, and I just don't understand it. I would never want a team drive. Am I on a 10 or 34? 34, accidental 34. So, in the story, the guy explained he was paying off his Dodgers. Fucking organized chaos. That story is just too much for me, man. Too much. Let's see. Where's she at? Van Pris, what's going on? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. I've been, for lack of a better term, stalking Van Pris across the country. Not really stalking, but like we've been trying to hang out and drink a few beers for years now. For years. And so she runs around like certain areas. So when I'm in those areas, I look at my Snapchat map, and we were close. We were probably within a couple 100 miles of each other like last week, but that's not close enough in a truck. So for lack of better term, I've been stalking Van Pris across the country. So we just haven't caught up with each other yet. But that's a good way to get a weird text from me saying, hey, I'm around. You want to hang out? If you guys add me to Snapchat, I look at the map sometimes and see who's around. That's crazy, organized chaos. I just can't with that story. That's too much. Fizzled coal because he forgot to tell him. Fizzled coal? What the fuck? Oh, holy shit! Trucking with T-Bone. that was really bad. Fizzled coal. Physical. There we go. So, I heard you got in a lot of trouble today with Ike Stevens is putting it on his next video. Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that. Yeah, I didn't hear anything. Is Ike gonna go off on me? Ike seemed very friendly a few days ago. I stopped on his small channel to talk to him, but I don't know if I don't think I stirred up a bunch of trouble with Ike. I'm not really sure though. Oh well, it happens sometimes. So it happens. Josh keeps duct tape and chicken wire in his truck. Blink twice if you're okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't, but I appreciate the joke anyways. Anyways, I feel like I'm getting boring now, guys, and you know how I do when the stream starts to feel like I'm not keeping up or not entertaining you guys, then it's time for me to go. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna head out, and I do have to be up at like 1 a.m. That little trucker, the little guy trucker died this morning? Really? Did he? Let me look. Is there any videos about that? Little guy died? Are you guys serious? Are you fucking with me right now? I don't really know him. But let me look, see if there's any little guy trucker. Is he fucking with me? I'll look more into that. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna head out. That's what I'm gonna do. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me. But yeah, I'm tired of talking. So I will talk to you guys soon. Probably a video tomorrow. I haven't really decided. Bye now.